Number 29. Faith in reason and fairness. Human beings are differentiated from all other species on the planet by our ability to reason. Faith in reason means that we have confidence that the best solutions are found through a process of reasoning. There's plenty of empirical evidence to suggest that this faith is not misplaced. Through the power of reasoning, we have created modern civilizations, large architectural structures, advanced medical techniques, modern transportation systems, heavy equipment, labor-saving machines, robots, computers, global positioning satellite systems, and countless other inventions, large and small. We have explored the planets of the solar system and the mysteries of the universe. We have filled our libraries with all manner of academic exploration. As if these examples were not enough, when humankind has chosen not to utilize reason, we often see the negative and tragic results. The history of mankind is replete with man's inhumanity towards man. Faith in reason doesn't mean an automatic antagonism towards religious faith. There are aspects of religious faith that are simply outside of the sphere of empirical reason. But as critical thinkers, we can question the purpose, point of view, concepts, information, inference, implications, and assumptions of religious thought. There is nothing that's beyond the bounds of reason's inquiry. We have already seen fairness as an intellectual standard, and how this standard is a necessary ingredient when it comes to all of the standards. As an intellectual trait, it functions in the same way. Dr. Richard Paul emphasizes fair-mindedness in his model of critical thinking because without this concern, reasoning itself becomes twisted. Fairness is the ethical center of reasoning. Without it, reasoning becomes its counterfeit, its darker twin, sophistry itself. We've just covered the final leg of the conceptual bar stool of critical thinking, that of the intellectual traits. With this final leg, we have completed the Pauline model of critical thinking. Critical thinking is thinking about your thinking to make it better and adopting traits that make it possible. We've just gone over the traits that make it possible part. Combined with concepts that help us to think about our thinking and concepts that help us to improve our thinking, we practice what it means to think critically. Can you clearly state, expound upon, exemplify, and illustrate the entire model of critical thinking? Can you define it now? Can you explain how there are three conceptual parts of the definition of critical thinking? Can you show how these parts are related to one another? Can you go through the concepts one by one, define them, and explain them? Recall why this is so important. Remember that knowledge is not some passing familiarity of concepts. True knowledge must be incorporated within your own logic. It must be internalized for it to be applied. Do you remember the purpose of critical thinking? Why go through the trouble to become a critical thinker? It looks like a lot of work. Indeed, it is a lot of work. So why do this? If by my own admission, we already instinctively know how to reason anyway. Well, this is true, but it is also true that manipulating one another through sophistry is often faster, easier, and even seems to be more effective. As an explicit critical thinker, you become immune to manipulation. Critical thinking ensures clarity of thought and the most effective use of your mind. In the next presentation, the 30th of 34, I'll discuss how critical thinking is like an owner's manual for your mind.